a favor, give me the spelling of your first and last name, your title, and pronunciation.
You can sit right next to him.
Sure.
You wouldn't be in the shot.
Elad, E-L-A-D, Levy, L-E-V-Y, and I am the chair of UB Neurosurgery.
Perfect. Okay.
Well, I'm going to have her sit there.
Sure.
I mean, she's not in the shot, but
Yeah, right.
we'll get her after.
You ready to start, or you want to pause a moment?
I'll wait till she's
briefing?
settled.
All right, let's get her.
It's a variety of other stuff.
Sure, you ready to go? Okay, I'm rolling.
Yeah. All right, doctor. Thanks for making time for us. I know you're busy. Talk about SEM and just how much you love having your daughter come here and what it means to you as her dad.
SEM is a very special place. I think one of the unique things about this school is it teaches young women character, community, and confidence. I think it espouses precocious leadership. And most important for me is it individualizes education. It puts the student, it puts a person before the school.
When did you start thinking about her education and where she would be going?
Education has always been paramount in our family. As you know, as a physician, I educate medical students and residents at UB. So being involved in higher education, education is always at the forefront in our family. So really from elementary school, where we chose, we start thinking about high school and then obviously after high school.
Very, very nice. I know, that's so exciting. Talk about, was SEM in your family? Was it something that you had to look into? Like, how were you introduced to SEM? Was someone that you know went here, or?
So we're not originally from Buffalo.
Okay.
I am a harsh consumer of education. I rigorously research high schools. She has two older brothers, one who stayed here for high school and one who went to New England to one of the elite New England prep schools. But when we started looking at SEM, we realized there was no reason to send her away, and the education she was going to get here rivals any other program across the country.
That's awesome. How has your daughter transformed since coming here? I always feel like transformation is such a powerful word. So how has she really transformed in her education, but also her extracurricular, her community, all of that?
I think the word is thrive. As I mentioned earlier, it teaches precocious leadership. Again, character, confidence, community, which is so important for young women in today's society. Truly everything I wanted for her from a school, she got at SEM.
What is your daughter interested in here? Does she play sports? We can talk more about that, but from your perspective, what has she been doing with her education here?
So she was a captain of the swim team for both junior year and senior year, and swimming is a very important part of her life, and because of SEM and other areas where she swims, she'll be continuing to swim in college next year, as well as being captain of the math team and president of the math club and president of the Jewish Cultural Club.
Awesome. That's so great to hear. You talk a lot about leadership and how she's really become, she's owning her future with her leadership skills. How proud of her are you? Did I say that right? How proud of her are you as her dad?
I don't think pride would be the right word to describe how I feel. I think humbled. I'm truly humbled to see how much she has achieved in her 4 short years at SEM, and also grateful. There's an overwhelming feeling of gratitude to this institution for giving her the substrate to achieve both athletically, academically, and to develop as a young woman and a young leader.
Have you guys had the conversation about college, where she's going, what she's thinking she'll do in the future?
Certainly we know where she's going next year. She'll be going to MIT next year, and she'll be studying biomedical engineering and swimming at MIT.
Good, that's amazing. Anything else you want to add about SEM and its history, its culture, the welcoming community? I feel like that's really important too. Girls feel really connected here.
They do. I think it is a special place. It's very hard to capture what the secret sauce here is, but everyone is made to feel welcome. Everyone is made to feel part of the community. And probably what is most important is it celebrates. It doesn't just acknowledge, but it celebrates individuality.
I love that. And how does your daughter feel every day when she comes home from school? I feel like the overall spirit of a child is so telling. So is she smiling? Is she happy? Does she talk about SEM? What are her reactions every day?
I think that's exactly right. She gets in the car and I said, why are you so happy every day? You're always smiling. And I think this is a place that, people enjoy coming. They rekindle the love of learning.
Want to do any questions? I thought that was awesome. But
Yeah, that's the best interview you're gonna get. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't. No, don't.
We should have a mic. We should have a handheld mic.
I have a question.
Okay.
I'd like to do the transform and pride questions again, but I want to go in title.
Oh, okay. We'll just get a variety shot. So we talked
Same
about...
answers?
Sure,
Well,
Okay.
absolutely.
around the same answer. So
It
we
better
talked
be
about-
verbatim, otherwise, you know.
You let me know when you're ready.
All right, go ahead.
We talked about transformation, how has STEM really transformed your daughter in the 4 years she's been here?
Yeah, I think the school develops and cultivates precocious leadership. So when she came in as a freshman to see her now as a senior, 2 years as a captain of the swim team, her ability to do Stanford math or higher order math, confidence, character, community, all parts of this school, it's truly been amazing to watch that transformation.
The other one's pride.
Oh, pride. You talked about the pride, but really it's more like humbleness, right?
Yeah, I think proud is not the word I would describe how I feel about Lauren. It's more humility. I'm humbled to see how much she's achieved, and it's also about gratitude. I'm so grateful to SEM for all that it's given to her in 4 years.
Great.
I'm good, yeah.
And then we'll interview you for sure, because I'd love to talk to you.
Cut this?
Sure, yeah, we're good. Cut it.
Yep. All right, Lauren, do me a favor. Give me the spelling of your first and last name
Okay.
and your grade in school and pronunciation.
Okay. Lauren Levy, Lauren Levy. I'm in 12th grade.
Okay. Good timing. All right, we're rolling anytime you're ready.
All right, so you have your spelling and...
I do.
Okay,
Mhm.
awesome. So you've been here for 4 years.
Yes.
How exciting has it been being at SEM, being here? It's such a beautiful building and campus. Talk about just your emotions over the last 4 years.
I'm very sad to go, honestly. It's been such a fun time these past 4 years, and I think you said it's a beautiful building, which it absolutely is, but more beautiful, I'd say, the people and the culture. I knew the minute I stepped foot in this building on my shadow day that this was just such a welcoming culture, and it's something I wanted to be a part of and to encourage that for future freshmen and sophomores. But it's just a wonderful place to be, and as my dad said, every day I come home from school with a smile on my face because there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
You say welcoming community. I always feel like I think of friends and friendships and things like that. Do you feel like you've created really long-lasting friendships here at SEM?
Absolutely. And the interesting thing about SEM and friendships is since it's such a small-sized school, you really become friends with everybody. From all grade levels, I have friends. I'm friends with teachers. I'm friends with the admissions office. There's not that many people here, but that's such a bonus. I think sometimes people think of that as a negative aspect, but truly it's allowed me to become close with all different people, all different walks of life, no matter what age or what grade. So it's been really a pleasure, and I have friends with me that I know will last a lifetime.
Yeah, and diversity here, international students.
Yes.
That's also really cool too that you've been able to learn with students from China and things like that. So how has that also impacted your education? Just the different diversity and different cultures and backgrounds.
Yeah, I think it's really improved my education because a neat thing about SEM is we have our Harkness table discussions, so being able to hear the opinions from people who come from different cultures. They present things that I would never have thought of myself, but just how our education at SEM compares to their life back at home. It's really fascinating to see, and I think it's definitely educated me and added to my sense of culture and really facilitated a sense of multiculturalism here.
Yeah, and we talk about the overall experience, not just education, but extracurricular. You're very involved in swimming, and I think your dad had said the math club.
Yes, math club.
So talk about the overall experience and how it's really impacted you. You're so well spoken. You're a high school student, my goodness. So obviously your experience has been so beneficial.
Yeah, thank you. I think just leadership, truly. SEM is very unique in that anything you really want to pursue, any passions you have, SEM just encourages that. So I know some of my friends have started new clubs on their own. For me, I have really embraced leadership and public speaking, and that I've taken on many roles such as co-chairperson of the Community Service Board, which has not only allowed me to lead the STEM community in community service, but also reach out to other organizations and schools all around Buffalo and really learn how to communicate.
Awesome. Can you get a tighter shot on her for this question?
Absolutely.
I know I need this question for sure.
Give me a second.
This series is called Sensational series, so if you can say Sem is sensational because, and kind of fill in that blank for us.
That was really cool.
Okay.
A little tighter, yeah, thank you.
A little tighter?
No, that's perfect, yeah.
And let me build up this.
And it's sensational.
Okay, anytime you're ready.
Yeah.
All right. STEM is sensational because of its individualism. I cannot stress this enough, but having the freedom to choose your classes and take advanced classes and have a support staff and teachers and administrators who will encourage you to take that leap and find your individual course, your path of action that you want to pursue, it's truly, truly unique and individual to every student here at STEM.
Do me a favor, answer that question exactly the same way, but kind of overpronounce the M in sensational,
Okay.
because it sounded like sensational.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, if you can do that, just exact, other than that, it was perfect.
Okay.
Just give me a little bit of an overpronunciation on the M, we'll be good.
Okay. STEM is sensational because of its individualism. Truly, I cannot thank STEM enough for its support staff and teachers, administrators, and students for allowing me to pursue the course of action, this path that's truly unique to me. They allowed me to pick my courses, take more advanced courses, find what interests me and what passions I have, and allowed me to develop those throughout my 4 years at STEM, truly to myself.
Awesome. And you're going into engineering, correct?
Yes.
That's so exciting. What made you decide engineering for your future path?
That's a great question. I've always loved solving puzzles, and whether literal puzzles or just in the figurative sense. And last summer I was fortunate to have an internship at the Jacobs Institute. So I got to work with biomedical engineers, and STEM actually awarded me a McGavern fellowship for that internship. So it was rewarding all around, and there is where I had a taste for a firsthand experience to what it would be like to be a biomedical engineer.
That's amazing. Good luck to you. That's
Thank you.
incredible. Tony, I think,
Two things after you moved. One, I had so much time about the courses, so after sophomore year, there was one STEM facilitated that she could take the rest of her math curriculum at Stanford.
oh wow, okay.
Stanford online. And then before coming to swim here, you can ask whether STEM never won a swim meet. And then the last 3 years, they were league champions. So leadership, and she helped recruit other swimmers, and it went from never, ever, ever in the history of winning a meet to 3-time champions.
Yeah, it was really interesting. None of the staff members knew the last time they won a meet.
The STEM relay, this little school placed third at New York State Championships. You're talking about Manhattan, Long Island,
Wow.
entire state, third in the entire state of all
Wow.
That's
schools.
impressive.
This relay.
Talk about
initiative.
swimming and why, like how you were able to play a role in that personally.
Absolutely. Well, before STEM, or before I came to STEM, we had never won a meet. I think no one could remember the single meet that we had won. But over the last 4 years, I've had the pleasure of watching the team grow and truly hoping to at least help out along the way and contribute what I can. But honestly, the girls on the team are just so amazing, as well as the coaches, and going from never winning a meet to being league champions for the past 3 years and going to states this year with our relay and placing third overall in our 200 medley relay was truly a transformation that is only possible here with the welcoming community, the passion that everyone has for the sport, and just an all-around tight-knit community that allows us to follow our dreams.
Amazing. Do you have photos and videos of that, or
Yeah.
like videos of you swimming?
I actually made a montage of us at States, but I don't know if you want to post that, but I have it. I also have other videos and pictures too.
Yeah,
So.
I'll make sure I'll get your contact so we can
Yeah,
get that from you.
great.
Tony, do you have any other questions?
I would love to, can we do an interview together?
Yeah, absolutely.
Should we move the chairs closer or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just stop this.
All right, so we're gonna start with
We're rolling.
Lauren, what is your favorite thing about being a student here at STEM?
What a great question. I don't know if I can choose one thing, but honestly, the people is what makes it just the incredible institution that it is. It's a beautiful building, but the people that are in it just make you feel so welcome and encourage you to learn in a setting that's passionate about improving and learning as much as you can and following your dreams, your passions. And they've always been there to raise each other up. So truly the people are what make this place incredible.
That's a good answer. We're gonna mark that as right. Okay, now we have one for Dad. What is your favorite thing about being a SEM dad?
Another good question. Honestly, it's the community too, and as I mentioned, it's the community and the character of the students as a result of the character of the SEM community and the SEM parents. So I think all of us are united here as parents because we truly believe in single-sex education for women, developing precocious leadership, and about character, right? What is character? Character is what you do when nobody's looking. It's how you behave when nobody else is looking. And this school is all about character and creating future leaders.
Another great answer. Thank you. That's awesome. Okay, Lauren, what are you going to miss most about SEM?
Oh, wow. Honestly, I think the size of the tight-knit community. I know every student here. I'm friendly with all of them. I'm going to have some lifelong friends from this institution for sure. But I think I'm going to miss again just the environment that allows me to pursue truly any passion that I have, any crazy idea I come up with. For example, I have certain dietary restrictions, so I can't eat the school lunch always. And I spoke with the administrators about this. I said, what if we had a station where we could have pasta, like a pasta bar? And they did it, I think, the next week. So things like that, just having any ideas and then having a community that promotes those ideas and wants to facilitate those new innovations like that.
So your legacy here at SEM is going to be incredible swimmer, but you invented the pasta bar.
I did, I know.
They're going to talk about that for years.
I hope so.
All right, so say I had a daughter that was, 12 years old. I'm fast forwarding a couple years down the road. I'm 50, I'm a little older, a little chubbier, and I'm considering school. Why would you recommend sending my daughter to SEM?
Hang on.
Do you want me to close the door?
No, just let them finish coming downstairs.
I think it's almost lunchtime, so.
It is almost lunchtime. I hear there's a pasta bar.
Well, with
Convenient.
COVID, they've taken it away, unfortunately, but normally there is.
You can't serve yourself.
Sorry about that, go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. So basically, why would you recommend SEM to someone, whether if it was a parent or a 7th grade student thinking about high school? We'll start with Lauren and then we'll go for Dan next.
Yeah, I think that I truly recommend SEM to anyone who's willing to listen, no matter the age. It's just a place where you learn to become the best version of yourself. You learn to find your voice, literally and figuratively, especially because of its small size. You're able to speak freely and learn to public speak and learn to share what's valuable to you, while also being receptive of others' ideas and just learning what it is about a community that really benefits us all.
Hang on a second.
Sure.
Re-ask that question.
Okay.
Doc, while she's talking, look at her and just smile.
Perfect.
Because what it looks like in here is it looks like you're either waiting for a train or you're bored.
Okay,
So,
got it, perfect.
She's got the greatest response in the
Yeah.
world, and you're so proud. You're just looking at her and smiling.
Perfect.
And when he talks to her, do the same thing with him.
Okay.
Okay? Go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Don't worry about it.
It sounded like it was serious.
Yeah, I think it's for Glee Club. It's okay. I'm not in that. No one wants me to be in that.
Yeah, when she sings, I said, Lauren, you are a great swimmer.
Everyone has their talent.
Everyone has a talent, so that's not mine.
Yeah.
I think that's when I first learned I was not a good singer. Okay.
No, this is great, Hero. I love it.
Oh yeah, that's the heating system. It's very old and just will make that
We're getting
noise.
heckled by the heater over there. Okay, all right. Is that gonna be too loud or are we good?
It might get in the audio. Wait a minute, it'll probably.
Yeah, it goes away.
It's the pipes heating up and expanding.
Okay.
And then once they get up to temperature, then they'll set it back down. So let's give it a minute. and see what
Okay.
happens.
So I don't know if either of you have seen so far, but Kate has put together 5 sensational so far.
That's where I've seen you, Kate.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes.
Perfect,
Sensational
yeah.
videos.
Yes.
Your hair was more auburn in those videos.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I did that a couple
All right, that's
Good?
days ago.
that was good.
Okay, awesome. So hopefully this will turn into another sensational story. But beyond that, we would love to use some of these shorter clips for social media, email, website, stuff like
Perfect.
that. All right, so we're gonna redo that question. Lauren, why would you recommend SEM to someone?
I recommend SEM to anyone who's willing to listen, just because it's truly a place where you can find your voice, both literally and figuratively. With the small size and the tight-knit community, you're able to freely express yourself, whether it's your voice, your ideas, or your outfits, or the clubs you want to create and ideas you want to pursue. Truly, it's a place where you're able to do all of this in a freedom that I truly think you can't find anywhere else.
Thank you. And kind of from a dad's perspective, why would you recommend a mom or a dad to send their daughter to SEM?
There's a door about to close and open.
Hello.
So
Need to come through?
what's going on, Helen?
It's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
So
Go ahead.
No.
you'll keep us honest. So SEM for me is dedicated to the student more than anything else. So it puts student ahead of the school. And for me, having an individualized pathway for education was probably most important. So if any parent asks me why SEM, I tell them it's because your child is an individual. And why not send your child to a school that prioritizes individuality of education? So for Lauren, when she finished being able to take sort of standard math classes, SEM helped her take courses at Stanford and beyond. So wherever your student may lie or whatever those interests are, this school is supportive and encourages that individualized pathway for education in order to create the most positive experience over those 4 years.
It's a great answer. And I'm going to do a follow-up because you're making the wheels turn here. You could send Lauren anywhere you want, and you chose to send her to SEM. Why?
So as a person who was educated at New England boarding schools and as a parent who sent her brother to one of the top New England boarding schools, when I saw what SEM had to offer for educating young women, no other school could compare. Not the school that I was educated at, not the school that her brothers were educated at. This is a magical place, and it's hard to articulate what that special sauce is. But when people step foot in the building and spend time researching this institution, it becomes very clear. This is a very special place for young women.
That was great. If I had a mic, I would drop it right now because that was perfect. Lauren, how did you first hear about SEM?
That is a great question. I don't know, honestly. I can't place my finger on a specific moment where I had heard about SEM, but when I was first looking at the high schools, I think that there was a high school fair that was held at my middle school, and I was able to see students from the different high schools in the local area. So I think that was my first experience with a SEM student who spoke so highly of the school. And the older sister of a friend of mine currently was a student here. So she loved it, and I was very intent on doing a shadow day. I think I did shadow days at 4 schools, but after I came to SEM, it was pointless of me going to any other ones because the instant I was able to step foot into a classroom environment or in the lunchroom, I just could see what type of community it was. And everyone, I can't stress this enough, but everyone was so welcoming. I had no idea who any of these people were except my friend, but it didn't matter. They treated me as one of them, even as a shadow student.
Thank you, that was great. And then Dad, how did you first hear about something?
So I try to research whatever educational opportunities there are, and we started looking at high schools as she was finishing middle school, and I came to sort of a parents' open house, and it was very clear to me how much they prioritize the individual's pathway through 4 years, and that to me is probably one of the most important attributes of a school. Is it about the school, or is it about the student? And as soon as they make the programming and the experience about the student, it's going to be a positive 4 years.
Awesome. All right, so the last question. Lauren, outside of the classroom, what is one thing about your time at SEM that you'll remember the most?
Probably my time on the pool deck. I think being a swimmer at SEM for the past 4 years, I was really able to see what the students are like, as you said, outside of the classroom. And their kindness didn't change, their attitudes didn't change. Everything just was magnified, truly. I think some of the best experience I'll have were from SEM swimming. When we went to states, our relays qualified to states this year where we got 3rd place. Staying in the hotel together, going out in the city to get lunch. And honestly, the days where practice is just very tough, but we all have to get through it together, and we motivate each other at the wall, giving high fives and singing songs that make no sense, but they get us through it. So the little things like that, just memories with the people. I'm not sure what those hard practices were. I can't remember that, but I do know how we got through them and how much fun I had while being there with my team.
And now from a SEM dad's point of view, what are you most proud of outside of the classroom for Lauren?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, when I look at the experience here and I look at what she's accomplished, the word is humbled. I'm humbled to see how much she's grown and transformed into a young leader, how she's able to take what she's developed here and swim in college and go to the dream school she's always wanted to go to. And I think SEM has made that possible. SEM has made that possible by encouraging her to take advanced classes, encouraging her to focus on her swimming, allowing her to train competitively all year. And because of that, she's going to be able to be a student and swim at MIT next year.
Awesome. That was great. Helen, did you have any follow-up questions?
No, I just wanted to come here and say hi. And your wife and mother are finally free again. We've been in meetings for the last, 10 hours.
Oh, is she free? Maybe we'll
Oh, is
see if
she
can
here?
do lunch.
Well, we were Zoom this morning,
Oh, okay.
but thank you. And also tell you how much I appreciate it. It's,
Well, leadership, culture starts from the top, Helen, and you know that.
What did you say?
I don't know, but they're going to film us talking, so I'm going to stay very low. Can they pick me up on the mic?
I don't know. Do you think they can?
Probably not. So you can.
I was like, I like
I'll
dogs.
go for lunch. Are you able to go out for lunch? Are you free?
I don't know.
Try more surgeries this morning?
I'm all done. Where do you want to go?
I said you
That's
had,
good for
or
lunch.
was that just to,
Yeah,
I figured. I was like, you don't have anything extra than that.
yeah, lunchtime.
Yeah.
That's
Do you
good.
want to go? What's her
Globe.
What day is it? Tuesday?
Yeah.
How far is Chris's Deli? Is that far?
And this was a 3rd place relay in states.
Yeah.
That was a relay that took 3rd at states.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
You guys can step out, I'll get a close-up of the board.
Well, yeah, that one's not from, they need to put one from this year.
Oh.
Haven't done it yet. Hey, I like your pajama pants.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Did you change?
Yeah, because we're doing this for media, but
Sensational.
I'm going to change back into my pajamas
Oh,
after.
that's
All Catholics meet.
Oh, let's see that. Yeah, let's go see that.
Oh, I'm
very
actually
cool.
in that shot too.
Walk in, point it back. Go. Wait, go. Perfect.
I don't know, I can hold anything if you want. Yeah, there's a couple, all these are swimming.
Yeah, why don't you hold those 2 plaques?
Yeah, grab those 2 and
Oh, both of
stand.
them?
Yeah, so this was 2019, right? So I told you it's
That was our first year.
2019, we said 3 years, right? 2019, 2020, and then 2021, 2022.
Well, yeah, this was from the COVID season, I think.
Well,
Or
why
maybe,
don't
or one of them was from.
Yeah, here's 2019 also.
I can hold it differently if you want.
Hold them like this.
You
One.
know that.
Yeah. There you go.
Hold on
Janet.
to this for a
Thanks.
sec.
Yeah.
There you go.
Big smile because you're proud. Very good. All right, now I'm going to get these and straighten this one. Nothing bothers my OCD more than crooked pictures.
I am the same way.
You know, people say that like it's a bad thing.
Right?
It's the world over, really.
I think so.
Microphone, I keep pulling it.
Is that?
Let's see.
I was just telling you whatever they say may be picked up on mic, FYI.
That's Alex Thompson's sister.
I just wanted to give them a heads up so they wouldn't say anything they didn't want on mic.
And then we had those 2, and then
For sure.
we had
What's that?
19, we had the 2021 COVID season, and then what was the next one?
So 2019, 2019, 2020,
2020, and then
These
this-
are 2021.
I don't think they've probably got them yet for the
Okay.
2022 season.
No.
But
Is this cup anything for you guys or no?
The cup is for a Hornet jacket, so that's like Hornets have won past 3 years, which is my team, so
Oh, Hornets and Jackets are the 2
yes.
Yeah.
competing in school teams?
Yes.
They're like intramural, or
Um,
and we like the Jackets or we like the Hornets?
Hornets.
Blue Jackets.
Yes. Blue jackets.
You know, it's funny how the high school thing stays with you. I went to Cheektowaga Central, again, a million years ago when dinosaurs roamed the earth. And I will run into folks that went to Maryville or Cleveland Hill or Cheektowaga Sloan. And first thing I'll say is, where'd you go to school? Oh, Maryville. Oh, I'm sorry. It's funny.
My hair in a bun, like sideways. You're gonna see me stay at the top of the stairs.
Where you're at the top and the back?
Top of the back, don't zoom in on it.
Oh, I would never do that. That's all right, it won't focus for me, so.
you think you're good?
What?
Do you think you're gonna get?
What?